Greetings, Patriots. We are going to be solving one-step equations using our integer rules. So today we will practice solving one-step equations from a situation or with algebra tiles. So let's go ahead and I'm going to look at problem number 2. I'm not going to solve all of these with you. I'm just going to model a few of them. And then tomorrow you will have an opportunity to do some of the we do problems together. So remember, using our inverse strategies, based on what we are given, we are either going to add or subtract or multiply or divide. So when I see this set of tiles, so remember when we did our tile building, this tells me that I have x, one group of x, minus 3, and that equals a positive 2. So I can tell that I have been given subtraction. So I am not going to subtract. I'm going to do the inverse of that, and that means I'm going to add 3 on both sides of the equation. So remember, I need to make my zero pairs in order to get x by itself. What I do to one side, I do to the other. So remember when a negative 3 and a positive 3 would form zero pairs using our algebra tiles? This tells me that x is equal to 5, right? And I can always actually check that. Does 5 minus 3 equal 2? Well, if I subtract that, I can check my solution of 5, and that makes that true. So on your actual assignment, you'll have the opportunity to drag that orange dot to the correct solution. So my solution is actually 5, so I would drag the dot to number 5. Okay, let's go an additional problem. You will also be given just without tiles. So here I have a multiplication problem. So whenever I'm dealing with multiplication or division, I'm going to do the inverse of what's been given to me. And I know that this says 12 times some number equals a negative 72. Well, I'm not going to multiply by 12 because that's what's been given to me. I'm going to divide both sides by 12. Notice I have not started to do that until I identify what I need to do. So if I divide by 12 on both sides, because remember it's an equation, so what I do to one side I do to the other. Remember, 12 divided by 12 leaves me with x by itself, and now I have a negative. Oops, I should have solved it over here. I have a negative divided by a positive. So remember our triangle that we were working with? So if I have a negative and a positive, that means I'm going to have a negative quotient, and that would be negative 6. So I can always check my solution of negative 6 by multiplying 12 times a negative 6 and figuring out whether or not that equals negative 72. Well, if you take the time to multiply that out, you'll see that negative 72 does equal. So therefore, negative 6 is a true solution. However, don't forget, your negative values are found on the left side of 0. So negative 6 is the solution for this equation. Now let's go ahead and take a look at a word problem. Let's go ahead and look at this one. If I have $20 and I want to go to the movies, right? But I also bought a popcorn whole combo for $15, then how much would a movie ticket cost, right? So I know I have $20. So I'm spending that. I want to buy a movie ticket. I'm trying to figure out what that one movie ticket costs, right? And I already purchased a combo of popcorn. I miss those days. Popcorn and cheese, that's one of Miss King's favorite. All right, so I have x plus 15 equals 20 because that's all I can spend. So here I know I've been given addition. So I am not going to add, I'm going to subtract. And remember, I must do the inverse in order to figure out what's going on. So I need to make my zero pairs. So positive 15, if I were to bring negative 15, what I do to one side, I do to the other. I would form zero pairs here, and that would leave me with x, my unknown value. So how much does a movie ticket cost? Well, 20 minus 15 is equal to 5. And I would graph my equation solution. Okay, so the solution of 5 is what makes this correct. Once again, I can always check the solution of 5 by adding it to 15 to see if I get 20. And when I add that, I do get 20 equals 20 since that's what I was limited to spend. All right, you will have 3 additional problems to solve. Please attempt them. They are on your guided notes, okay? So whatever we didn't finish, it's your to attempt them and make sure that you come back and that you work with us during our first 15 minutes of class tomorrow. I will practice solving one-step equations from a given situation with and without algebra tiles. That's what we just did. And you will have a mini assignment to work on. So make sure you're in Zoom tomorrow to practice with us before you have to complete your assignment. Have a wonderful day, Patriots.